Hey everyone, Luke here with episode 22. Hey everyone, Luke here with hold on. Episode 22. I had my YouTube streaming there. It blasted back in my ear. It's good to hear my audio working though. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah, it went through. So, we're here at Cryptic Arena, and we got some special guests here with Brandon, and I think Jack's going to be here, and I don't know if Fur's going to be here or not, but we'll get to them here in shortly after everybody gets situated. But as you're looking at the video here, we're sitting in the middle of the arena right now in the boxing ring, and you're going to find out about Cryptic boxing, which is a big, huge thing now in Second Life, and they're really taking the boxing world by storm here, the virtual boxing world, I should say. And we're going to learn more about that today as we go. We got a lot to talk to you about. Let me get my mouse working over here. I'm going to bring up my poster here. And so I got a little Fly for Life update for you. Fly for Life starts next month, just about a month away, 29 days to be exact from today. We'll run April 5th through the 30th. And I'll do a little update on that. Kyle's going to talk to us about the Cryptic boxing, and we can get our guests here to chime in and tell about how all this works and everything. Metmez has an awesome airport-to-airport video, and AW says he's got something to share with us here on the Builder's Corner. So should be an interesting show. Definitely one of our most interesting venues that we've broadcast from, for sure. What do you say, guys?
I think we should start throwing chairs in here.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
He's ready.
Throwing because, yep.
Okay. I think I agree with you. So, AW, you had to rebuild your computer, and
I did. Yep, I had to rebuild it. So we had a little hardware disaster, and so I didn't lose any of the stuff that was of critical importance. But that almost seems like that's the only thing, but it's not. So when you have to rebuild and you got to put in all these new versions of the software and stuff, that takes just as long. So
yes,
it could
does.
be like 3 or 4 days of just trying to reinstall the old software. You lost your settings, and there's some old versions of them, things like that. And then and you can't do that like GIMP. I had an old version of GIMP which I liked, and I got a new version now. It's like, oh, it's a great new version. It doesn't work. So it's kind of like you take that sense of frustration and just multiply it by about 100,000, and then that's what it was like for me. But we got it mostly working again.
Well, that's good. I feel your pain on that, though. I put off upgrading to Windows 10 until just Christmas time, when I had some time off work. I mean, Windows 11, I'm sorry, from Windows 10. And
I got a pretty good, it's like funny story about the Windows 11 upgrade, because when you have these failures like that, and you got to rebuild. Well, you restore it from like a recovery drive, So if you happen to restore it from a recovery drive that's old enough, sometimes things don't actually work because they've got this thing that makes it fail automatically. So I couldn't use the Windows Store at all. It took me hours just to figure out that none of the solutions were working.
No kidding.
Eventually, I had to come up with my own solution of deleting the whole thing, and then, because they programmed it in so if it was that old, it wouldn't allow it to update, and they wouldn't allow it to work.
Oh man.
So if that ever happens to you, just look me up. I know how to fix it.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's every single one of those fixes that's posted online didn't work. But
wow.
I do know now how to fix it. I got the damn store working
again. Well, that's good. I didn't run into anything like that. I just had to, is the security stuff that had to be set for some of the programs to work with the secure boot and all that stuff, that some of the things had to be set to. And it was actually I had most things working within a couple hours, but it was my audio stuff that I struggled with getting everything working again. So because I use a virtual mixer, and every time Windows updates, it seems to screw that up anyway. And then doing the major.
Yeah, they're very good at doing that. And deciding that yes, you know what, the settings you had before, we didn't like those, so we're just going to clear all that stuff out for you. We'll do you a little favor here.
Yeah, right. Never mind that nothing's going to work after we do that. But okay, so we're glad you're back up and running again.
Me too.
Yeah. Is Brandon?
I believe he's here.
Online, Brandon, can you talk to us?
Yep, I'm here.
Hey.
Welcome to the program, brother.
Good to see you.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Yeah. And hey, Mez, can you change his name tag there? You got furs. He's setting up furs.
Yeah, I'm on the way.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, good job, man. That was fast.
What if I identify as fur?
Okay, you can do that. I mean, hey, it's Second Life. You know, we can do whatever we want.
Right.
Just let us know. Okay, we'll come back around for your segment so you can tell us about Cryptic boxing here in just a few minutes. But it's good to have you, and yeah, thanks for having us here today.
Yeah, I appreciate it, and it's really nice to meet you finally.
Yeah. I've seen you around at the matches and everything, but I've never really had time to talk to you.
Right, exactly. So this is good.
Yes. Kyle Stormfury, our producer, is here, and he has maybe a cold or getting one. Maybe it's just allergies. I don't know.
A little under the weather, but I'm still here, and it's great to be here. Welcome everybody to, I suppose, my office.
It sure is.
Yeah. Well, good. This place is really growing, hasn't it? I mean, as far as the numbers and everything, and the program is just awesome now. It's a big deal. Having 100 people at the fights now.
Oh yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah. So Fur and Jack may be joining us here shortly, so we'll come back around when they're here. Give them some opening comments, and although the sign says Bull, it's actually Metmez who's there. Metmez, how you doing today?
I am here, and I'm doing well, thank you.
Okay.
It's been 6 weeks since the last podcast, I think. Time for us to get together again. Today we are Kyle's guest, and I appreciate that. It's a very interesting place here. Well, my last video, the one about Naval Air Station, NAS, and the Blue Angels, was quite a while ago now. So I've shot a slightly different video for today. Airport to airport means focusing on what lies in between. I'll say more about that when we get to the video then.
Okay.
That's all for now. And I'm looking forward to an exciting podcast.
Okay, yes. I am too. So, like I said, we'll come back around here. I want to do a little update on Fly for Life, and then we'll come back around to Cryptic Boxing. Then we'll watch Met's Airport to Airport video, which is very interesting. I like that because you're talking about everything, the flyover country that we usually fly over when we're going from one place to another. So it's cool stuff. There's a lot of stuff to see here in Second Life if you just take the time to do it, right?
Yep.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to show you. I didn't have a whole lot of time today, and I put it off till today. But I went over to the American Cancer Society, Sam. As you know, we have team called Fly for Life, and our team's purpose is to work with Relay for Life of Second Life to raise funds for the American Cancer Society to fight cancer. The theme for this year's event is Wild for a Cure, and so we're trying to sync all the Fly for Life activities with that theme this year. So when you come to the Fly for Life Expo, you're going to be coming into a jungle this time. So we kind of decided on a jungle theme. So it's going to look a little different than it has the last 3 years, but I think you're going to enjoy it. So I'm going to flip up my video here of the American Cancer Society here. I cut the audio out because I did a horrible job trying to narrate. I had too many distractions. So anyway, this is American Cancer Society regions. There's like 2 or 3 regions that are online year round. And of course, you'll see it here a little bit on the map when I bring the map up, that there's like, when they do the weekend, there's like 30 sims here. And actually, there's a bunch of sims here now because the Second Life, the Living Expo is going on right now. And I take a little sojourn down into that area here in the video, and they are doing a Wild West theme. So their slant on Wild for a Cure is a Wild West, which is pretty cool. And you see the sims there. It's pretty amazing. But if you come here to the American Cancer Society regions, and these are owned or financed by the American Cancer Society, and the American Cancer Society has a full-time representative that's in Second Life. He's an employee of Relay for Life, the international, I guess, Relay for Life organization. So you don't have to be on a team to participate and support. If you want to start your own team, you can. Or you can join one of the other 160 teams across Second Life now. But 160 individual teams that do fundraising, but we're all just one big team working for the same cause, because all the fundraising goes back to the Relay for Life of Second Life avatar, which then is directly transferred to the American Cancer Society. So since 2005, the Relay for Life of Second Life has raised over $6 million. That's 6 million, not 6 million lindens. That's $6 million US since 2005. And I think their goal this year is another $500,000 that. And I don't know where they're at. I haven't looked. But anybody can you can come over here and get a kiosk. Anybody can get a kiosk and put it up. You just get one of their fundraising HUDs that you res, and then it gives you all the stuff. You can get banners and posters and kiosks and vendors. So if you have a product, you can put it in their vendors, and then set a price on it, and then whenever some people buy that product out of the vendor, it donates that money to the Relay for Life. So we're going to do more of that here at our expo this year. So our expo, it will run, like I said, from the 5th through the 30th, and we'll have a lot of events going on. Every weekend, mostly the big events are centered around the weekends. We're going to have a boxing match over there, which Kyle's going to tell us about in a little bit. I just talked to Mike Mapp, and he's going to work on the boxing venue there, and the bowling. We're going to have jungle bowling, and we've got the museum again. It's going to be a little bit different this year. Jack Tracker will have his airships up there, and then I'm going to do a jungle warfare type thing centered around the Vietnam War. Yeah, jungle. We can do the jungle
You're
boogie.
Play jungle boogie while
Yeah.
I have that?
We probably. Oh, I'm sure that song's going to be played a lot during this time. But I want to do a Vietnam themed display for our museum display this year, since that was largely
We
fought
have a
in the
few of
jungle.
those.
Yeah, I know you
We've
do.
got at least 2 or 3 vehicles that would fit right in with that.
Yeah, we'll put those in there. Yeah, I might need a few. I've got a bunch of Air American planes too there, Kyle. Uh,
And we've got
so
the Dragonfly and the Huey gunship. I
yeah,
got Mickey send you those.
yeah, okay, cool. That would be awesome. Now, in my local airport here, that I did a video on that, back on a podcast. What was that, last summer or something we did, where I showed the real life airport that's about a mile from my house here, and that was the only Air Force Reserve squadron that was activated during the Vietnam War, was one stationed here, and it flew the C-119 gunships that they had, the Spookies they called them, AC. It was an AC-119, and it had those big Gatling guns mounted in the side, and it would fly up sideways on the side and shoot down at the ground. And we used, when I was, well, I won't tell you how old I was, but I would see when they were training for that, the base that's shooting range at a army base that's about 15 miles from here. You could see the tracers coming down, look like laser beams. If you're watching on the video there, the map that just come up, that's the whole relay. They're not all filled in yet, but that track will run around there, and you can walk continuously around the track. On the video now, I'm going over into the SL Living Expo, and it's pretty good. I decided not to go ahead and try to do all, go through all this, because it would take too long, but I encourage everybody to come over here. And of course, this is another fundraising event for Relay for Life. Notice how it got kind of dusty and hazy there. It's pretty cool. And they got trains running around here and everything. So I think this may be closing. I don't know if this is still going or not. It may be closing down. I didn't see any actual people over here, any avatars running around when I was here. But they did a pretty cool job building the place over here. So there's 2 sims here that anybody that's doing a fundraiser can use free of charge. They're Linden event sims, and we are going to, even though we'll have our expo on 2 Linden event sims of our own that we're renting, we're going to come over here for one weekend and do a special event. It's kind of an outreach thing to try to show people that don't normally come to aviation events, what we do. So we're going to have a little nighttime air show with the night rangers, and then we're going to have a daytime mini air show where all the teams that want to participate can do a short 5 or 10 minute routine. And then we're going to do our fly with the teams thing that we did we've done that the last few years, where you can come over and hop in and fly around with the aerobatic teams as they fly and practice and stuff. And we'll probably do some other things here. But right now I'm walking across one of the event sims that you can use. Pretty cool build, and a wild build, I guess, a jungle type, tropical type theme here. And the challenge is going to be putting a runway in here and a tarmac so we can fly planes. So this is pretty cool. I just cammed around there so you could see everything. So
you probably fit one on that beach over there.
Yeah, I think, and I might build. I'm working on a thing where I can build one up in the air, maybe just elevated off the ground a little bit. That's kind of what I'm working on right now, but I'll see how it works. And AW, of course, we'll offer you a vendor spot here. I kind of sectioned them off and made them all the same this year, so everybody has the same size space. and I have 9 vendor spots open.
That starts the beginning of April, right?
Yeah, I'll send you the information and everything. And then we have 9 or 10 hour. I could put more, just little booths, if somebody wants, to put up a recruitment thing for their group, or something like that, or small, somebody, maybe not a plain vendor but a clothing vendor, they could use one of those booths, one of the little tents. Expo tents is what they are. And so I'll have a number of those available for people, and we don't charge for any of that. So anyway, that's Fly for Life rundown. And of course, every podcast we do now, between now and then, we'll devote to doing some segment for Fly for Life, and then we will do a podcast, at least one podcast from there. I do want to get back to St. Aubrey. I want to do one, the next one we do. That we were supposed to do one there before, but February got too busy and I didn't have time to do one. So anyway, we'll do another, hopefully in March, over at St. Aubrey, and then the next one will be over at Fly for Life. So that was my Fly for Life segment. And Kyle, you still waiting on some folks to get here before you do anything with Cryptic? Or
I think Jack's going to be running a little late, but we can jump over to Brandon.
Okay.
And it's my pleasure to introduce a legend in his own right in the virtual boxing space, Mr. Brandon Ghost here. I had the pleasure of interviewing him and getting to know him a little better on my on another podcast that I do called The Punchline. But without further ado, this is Mr. Brandon Ghost.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's nice to be here. I appreciate you guys, having us and, promoting what we do. It means a lot.
Okay.
Heck yeah, brother. So I guess for the people who are uninitiated, what's your background like in boxing in the virtual space?
Yeah, so, all right. So I started SL Boxing in December of 2008. In December 2008, in SL Boxing, there's been hundreds of different systems, right? But back then we had a push glove system where you would punch somebody in the air and they would fly up like popcorn, and the goal was to try to knock them out of the ring. If you could knock them out of the ring, you won by knockout, and it was a huge deal because, you know, after a little while of training, you got pretty good at staying in the ring. So it was nearly impossible to get a knockout. But yeah, that's where I came from originally. From 2008 to 2012, those were my active years. Those were my most active years in my career. It was a 4-year period. Um, from 2012 to 2024, I would say I'd hop in, to SL as much as I could. I just had a lot of things going on, but anytime that I would hop on, I would be reaching out to anybody that had a league going, reaching out to any boxers, just, trying to do everything I can to keep the community's morale up and keep the community alive, right? Because the community basically kind of died during that time. Um, so I started working on Vitality, on the system. I started working on it in 2021, and we released the first version in June of 2024. And so yeah, we've been at it now for a year and a half, a little over a year and a half, and just getting bigger and better every day. And the goal is to get the system to as close to perfect as possible, right? Perfect doesn't exist, but we're sure gonna try, So other than that, as far as my personal background, like I said, my active years were 2008 through 2012. I've got over 100 fights. I've got over 80 wins on my record. And I've got 9 world titles.
Heck yeah.
Cool.
Quite the I was actually at his last fight when he got the ninth, and man, that was a nail biter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a hell of a fight. And, I went up against a really, really tough opponent, right? Another world champion. And so it was a really tough fight. It was back and forth, but I got the nod in the end, so I'm really grateful for that. And I was able to pick up my ninth world title.
that's awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about Vitality? I mean, how
Yeah,
that's your
absolutely.
boxing system, right? Your
Yes,
scorekeeping
sir.
system and all that. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Exactly. So, Vitality is a technologically advanced boxing system. Um, there has never been a boxing system in SL with this degree of details, right? So um, with Vitality, you're able to train. You're able to punch bags and train your stats. You can train up your speed, your strength, your blocking, your stamina. There are also different boxing styles that you can get, right? So when you put on the HUD, right, the HUD is free, and it comes with basic attacks. Think of yourself, if you don't have a boxing style yet, think of yourself as an untrained fighter, right? So you got
Mm,
basic punches, basic blocks, and um, but eventually, once you make the decision, you want to become a boxer, or at least you want to be prepared for a nice little virtual street fight, some fun, right? Then you pick up a boxing style, right?
uh-huh.
Each boxing style has an advantage and disadvantage compared to all the other styles. And like I said, you can train your stats up. We are the first system to ever have a camera targeting system, right? To where you can, you select an opponent, and now your avatar and your camera is always facing that opponent. So wherever they go to, your avatar and camera turns and follows them. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's cool.
Makes sense.
Um,
Hmm.
yep. So also, um, as far as we got the stats, right? We got the camera tracking system. We got multiple different punches, to the head, punches to the body. You're able to also block the head. You're able to block the body. Um, we have a scoring system. We use the real world rules for scoring. We have an amateur circuit and we have a professional circuit. So all the fights that you've gone to at Cryptic, those are the professional fights. Um, as far as professional fights goes, we are close to 300 pro fights altogether, which in a year and a half is insane, right? To have all those pro fights and so many pro events. But then on the amateur circuit, we've got over 4,000 amateur fights altogether.
Wow,
Um,
it's a lot.
and it will, and that's nothing in comparison to the amount of sparring matches we have, right? So sparring is when we train, practice fighting, and we've got over 30,000 sparring matches in the books, which is again is pretty unreal. I feel like this generation has sparred and fought more than any other generation in SL boxing history thus far, and we're only getting bigger and better every day, right?
Hmm.
But we have a website. Um, in the website, every single boxer has a profile. Every league has a profile. Every gym has a profile, right? Because as far as the affiliates goes, you got three categories of affiliates. You got professional leagues, amateur leagues, and gyms, right? And the difference between a gym and a league is that a gym is where fighters go and they train, right? Then at the leagues, that's where the fighters go and actually compete. So the leagues is for competition and the gyms are for training. Now, some people, like for example, Cryptic, they have both. They have a gym and they have a league, right? Others just have a team, right? Or others just have a gym and they'll put a team together, and their goal is to try and send their boxers out to represent their team and win world titles. Um, Others may just have a league and not want a gym at all, right? So it just depends on what you want to do. Now, with the vitality system, right? you're able to choose what you want to do. You can either be a gym owner, you can be a league owner, or you can be a fighter. Another role that we can be in Vitality, a couple more roles that you can be, which we also appreciate greatly, are hobbyist. A hobbyist is somebody that goes and trains at the gym and spars, but they may not necessarily actually fight or compete. They just show up and they help out, the boxers train, they spar with them, they have a good time, they hang out. But again, they may not compete because they just don't want to, they don't have the time for it. But there's still a place in our community for hobbyists, right? Something that we never really seen before, as far as SL sports go. We never really seen hobbyists before. Another role that's very important in the Vitality or boxing community as a whole is fans, right? Because you may not want to be a boxer or a hobbyist or an affiliate. You may just want to be a fan. You may want to just show up to the events, right? And root on the fighters and have a good time. And you're there for an experience, right? And the leagues are the ones that provide the experience to the fans. And these matches, they get really, really, really dramatic. The boxers train their butts off, right? And so they're at very high levels when they compete against each other, and they're pretty much all nail biters, you know. Another thing is going back to the website, right? Is we've got leaderboards, so every single thing that you do in Vitality does not nothing goes in vain. Every every ounce of work that you put in is all documented. It's documented in the leaderboards. It's documented in the profiles, right? And so people work very hard. There's even accomplishments that you can unlock inside of in your profile, right? So the boxers and the league owners, everybody works very, very hard, to make a name for themselves and to have a real career. And overall, the last thing I'll say is my goal with Vitality, right? My goal with Vitality is to take boxing to a level that it's never been before, right? I want to take boxing to a level that boxing has never seen on SL. I want fighters to be, or excuse me, I want people to understand that they can actually make a career out of an SL career out of boxing, right? Because let's say if you would like to have an SL career, right? One option, for example, would be being a DJ, right? You might, go and DJ a couple of sets, right? You might make a standard pay, or you might make tips or a combination, right? And that's like an SL career, right? So my goal with Vitality is uh, for boxers to understand that boxing is now, or not just boxers, but anybody that even is not a boxer yet. I want everybody to understand that boxing is now a true career choice. And if you dedicate your time, to perfecting that craft, and you step in that ring, and you fight as a professional fighter, I want everybody to understand that you now have an opportunity to make a career out of it. And it's not just for fun anymore. And it's not just for, just the fun of it, or whatever, or the competition of it. It's also, you can really have a career now. The goal is for people to not have to upload any lindens, but go out there and put their heart on the line and fight and be rewarded. And then they can buy the clothes they need. They can, buy the cars that they need for their RP, right? They can buy the planes that they need, right? So that's one of my major goals with Vitality, is to really open the doors for people to make a career out of boxing.
That's very cool. That's
That's very, very great. Really
yeah,
great.
yeah. That
Looks like
is
you can
How
get the
that-
HUD. You can get the HUD on Marketplace.
Okay.
yeah.
There's a couple other things available. The HUD's only $1 on Marketplace, and they've got Fat Pack boxing shoes, all sorts of
Awesome.
gear.
Yep,
Wow.
yep. So the really cool thing about what we do here, right, is the only money that you'll ever have to spend if you want to take boxing serious, or if you really want to get into it, even if you're just a hobbyist, right, or even if you're, if you really want to get into boxing, the only amount of money you'll ever have to spend is 1,000 lindens, and that's buying a boxing style, right? So There are four different boxing styles. You choose one, and you're good to go. You're good to go. Now, all of the doors have opened up for you in the HUD, and now you can actually compete with it. You can, train with it, and to a higher level. And but anything as far as gloves, as far as shoes, as far as the shorts, we've got a lot of things up, right? And that's so that people can, play that part and really get into their role. But absolutely nothing is necessary. The only thing you'll ever have to spend is 1K for a style, and you're good to go, and you will never have to spend anything again.
Well, that's cool. Here, I'm going to see if I can put, just so our guests can see there, put up the Vitality HUD that's available on Marketplace. And yeah, so Kyle, I'm sorry, Kyle. Did you have more? I kind of stepped in there. I didn't mean to, but
That's all right.
did you have
That's all
more
right.
questions you was going to ask? Go ahead.
Oh, so I think Brandon really hit the nail home as far as the boxing goes. I mean, from my own personal experience, I've tried um, two other boxing systems in SL, and I mean, by the time I got to them, there really wasn't really a community for them. A bit of a nostalgia. I mean, I have some boxing experience RL. I mean, I have a combined what, 8 years RL boxing, and I ran in a regional and local amateur circuit. So this is definitely reliving um, a chance to relive some of those days. And I'm
Yeah.
with the Cryptic uh, Team Cryptic, and I'm also a member of a league fighter in the CBL. And I mean, it's an incredible group of people. Everybody's very supportive of each other, and I mean, hey, if you're looking to get into boxing, I mean, Vitality. It's a great place to start. There's gyms all over the place, and it's
Yeah.
heck yeah, no better.
So I got a question for you, Kyle.
Is there?
So, because you have some real life boxing experience, right? How would you compare the competition here virtually to real life? Would you say it is real competition? Would you say it's similar? Would you say it's completely different? What do you think?
I'd say it's similar. Um, it's around the same level of being competitive, but I mean, there's some aspects of RL boxing that transfers into the virtual space, and some doesn't. um,
Yep,
I
absolutely.
mean, obviously, you're not getting hurt boxing in SL,
Yep.
but
That's why I never got into boxing in real life because it hurts too much. But
It hurts so much. Yeah. So as far as the competition here in SL for boxing, um, so before I say that, right, the goal with Vitality, or one of the goals are, we've got a million goals, right? But one of the biggest goals is to make the most realistic system possible for SL, right? And kind of like what Kyle said, there are certain things that you just cannot integrate into SL or even a video game at that, right? There's just certain little things, right? Certain details. Um, but the goal is to make Vitality the absolute most realistic, as realistic as humanly possible, um, you know, inside of SL. And one thing about these competitions, about these fights, is many people will train, right? Many people will train, but a select few will actually step in the ring, right? And there's a very real reason for it. It takes a special type of person to get in that ring in front of 100 set of eyeballs, right? And fight another avatar, right? Because here's the thing. Yes, we may just be an SL, right? But whoever is standing across from me in that ring, I know that they're trying to knock me out, right? And I'll be damned if I sit there and just let somebody knock me out in front of 100 set of eyeballs, SL or not, right? And so what happens is it's the competition gets very real, right? And it gets very high level. Um, and so I myself have also competed in real life. I've got multiple kickboxing Kickboxing is really my thing. I just love boxing, so much. Boxing's my baby, but I've competed mostly in kickboxing. And one thing that I can compare SL to is that SL to RL is that SL competitions, SL fights are literally, in my opinion, the exact same thing as real life matches.
Wow.
You get tunnel vision. You are stressed out. You have an adrenaline dump. Your hands are shaking. Your hands are sweating. You feel like you're getting carpal tunnel in your wrist, right? Like there is just so much going on, right? And you got so much stress, and the tunnel vision gets real. Um, what I like to say is in SL, we trade out the physical for lag. Because, right, if we think about it, everything else is the same, except in real life, there's no lag, right? There's no lag. And in SL, there's, no physical aspect to it, so you're not taking brain damage. Um, so, yeah, so what I like to say is you trade out the physical for the lag. But as far as how I feel about the competitions, it's very real. It's very
Yeah.
real, and nobody wants to step in there and lose, right? So it takes a special individual to step in that ring, and the ones that do get nothing but respect from me because I know how hard it is to go in there, and I know how bad it sucks to lose because I have lost a lot.
Yeah.
So, nothing but respect to all the competitors for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you don't want to lose them, especially when there's 100 people here watching you. I mean,
Right, right.
I mean that's a lot for an event in Second Life. 100
Yep.
people at one event. That's pretty cool. Kyle, do you have anything else? I wanted to do something here I hadn't planned on, but go ahead and
So,
I'll wait.
joining us here is we
Oh,
have the owner of Team Cryptic, well,
there he is.
co-owner of Team Cryptic, and the uh, co-owner of the Cryptic Arena. We have Mr. Jack Cryptic, another boxing legend in his own right. Currently retired in the foggy as to whether or not he's going to come out of retirement or not.
It's a pleasure to meet y'all. I do apologize for running a little bit behind,
Hi,
but
Jack.
it is a pleasure being here. Hey, how you doing? I hope everybody's been well. Hope everybody's looking forward to the weekend and just ready to see how the weekend goes. How y'all been doing?
Pretty well.
Been doing
How about
good.
yourself?
Very good.
Nice, nice. Hey, we hope that we can have a good weekend, right? Just like any other weekend. You had the work week and now you got the rest weekend. Hopefully for most anyways.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Absolutely.
So, Jack, for the people out there watching, could you maybe just give a brief background of your boxing experience?
Most definitely. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt if I did.
Oh, go for it, brother.
So actually, I started boxing about 3 years ago. I was on the AC Pro system. Um, was able to get a belt midways throughout my career. Took me 3 times, but on the third time, I finally got it. Um, my current official record on second line boxing, including fatality and AC Pro, is 15 wins and 7 losses. I've talked about it here and there about taking special fights. It just kind of depends. It a lot of new fighters coming up, as Brandon can may even vouch for me. Whenever you're in quote unquote status of retirement of boxing on second life, you only really want to take fights to people that's proven themselves. This a lot different now than what it was before. When you had a boxing match back then, it was like once every like 2 months. So it took a while to get some fights in, and with boxing now in the new boxing era, it's definitely a lot different. And what I mean by it being different is there's a lot of shows going on. A lot of different leagues, a lot of different show times that leagues are posting on about. Um, Especially here at Cryptic, we have 2 events a month, so it's just a lot of changing back then. I've had a couple fighters call me out, and I told them, I may fight them once they go for their last match, make it an honorable match. But I would say my boxing career has definitely been really awesome. A lot of people that I met over the years, a lot of networking, and just trying to make myself, um, a really good athlete on Second Life, and just trying to promote myself. But that's pretty much really have to say about my career. It's just really nice seeing now the people gaining the interest of boxing and even watching boxers come up. I've trained some that didn't know how to throw a punch yesterday that are now champions. So it's definitely been really fun throughout my career and up to my presence of now what I do.
Heck yeah, brother. I guess also on that same token there, from the business aspect, could you let the folks out there know how, just briefly, how Cryptic came about?
Yeah, most definitely. So back
Hey,
in January
hey,
3rd.
real quick. I'm so sorry, y'all. Hey, listen, I have to go pick up my babies from school. But I have to take off now. It was really nice meeting you guys. I really appreciate you guys having me on. I just didn't want to poof out and y'all wondering what the heck is going on.
Oh, that's all right, brother.
Yeah.
No
We
problem.
thank you for your time.
Yeah,
Thanks for
yeah, of
sharing
course.
with us, Brandon. Awesome. It was awesome presentation you did there. Thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah, again, thank you guys so much and we'll talk again.
Okay.
All right.
A lot.
Take care.
But pretty much how Cryptic came about. So we were actually like a EDM club. The name was Club Cryptic, and I've known Brandon even back in whenever I used to box. By the time I just started coming in, Brandon was slowly getting away from boxing, and whenever me and Fur were working with the club side, and Canis then also became in and worked with us, our club was up for about 6, 7 months, close to a year, I would say. Um, and when we got offered one day from Brandon and Titus Caron, they came over and they were like, "Hey, y'all really doing really good events here as a club. How about we bring Fatality into the club area?" So me and Fern and Candice, we sat and spoke, and we're like, this could be a really good idea, right? You have gyms that are competing, gym versus gym, league versus league. Why not? Let's do club versus club, right? So during the time period of us getting in with Fatality again was January 13th of 2025. We sat there and we didn't. I personally didn't know how to run a league because I'm used to pretty much boxing and training, and with Fur having a business head, and then Candace also assisting Fur with the business. We sat and talked. We're like, this is something that we could possibly really do. So what we did was we got everything set up. We were on a half a sim at the time. We reached out to everybody and we're like, hey, we're starting this amateur league up. Would anybody be interested in fighting? Because at the time we didn't really see like any leagues having any shows. Um, so it went really well. The first 3 expos went really well. Then we brought on Mike Mapp. Um, Mike Mapp, then became the voice of Cryptic. Um, and whenever after bringing him on, we also sat there and we started kicking up the events. So it was instead of one event a month, we was like, you know what? Let's go for 2 events a month. Last year we averaged out between 14 to 16 fighters, and it was kind of like up and down a little bit, but we were able to manage to be able to keep the rotation going. And honestly, over the time, we met different people from different communities. Again, MTFB Radio Aviation was really glad that we were able to, connect. Kyle, I believe you brought Luke to us, and it's really been awesome. Even with the other communities that we've met as well, more the fatality community of boxing, we pretty much wanted to keep the heart of boxing going, right? And with the heart of boxing going and to be able to just achieve and conquer. We have milestones as well that we've wanted to conquer, and just everybody putting in the work. When it comes to the fighters putting in the work, the staff as management, etc., gym owners. No, I'm sorry, not gym owners, but gym coaches for Cryptic. Everybody just kind of worked together. And with us just continuing putting on shows, we ended our season the first week of November last year. I believe it was November the 3rd. We took a 2-month break. We started up this year back in January the 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. We had the first event this year in January, and now we're just trying to keep pushing, to be fair, and to continue to try to push as to inspire other boxing league owners and also other gyms as well, as that anybody can do it as long as you have your mind with it. You can do anything that you want to achieve.
Heck yeah, brother. Now, last thing I have for you, the reason that we're sitting here is we have Cryptic is having their 20th event this weekend. You care to kind of give us a sneak peek as to that?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I definitely could do that. Whenever it comes to Cryptic 20, there is definitely a lot that is happening. We have 3 title fights. We have 1 pro fight. We can actually go over the match card if that's okay. So the first matchup, you have Josh the Mag Dog Dalton, former 3-time CBL champ, current record is 9-1. You have him going against Eros the Chief. With Eros being Josh's opponent, Eros has been known to be a really, really good fighter. And then you have the women's belt, which is Illy versus Carla. They definitely Illy's a veteran in the community. Carla's very upcoming female fighter. You have Lewis Gofeller versus Wolf. There's a lot of vets that are fighting that night. And then the main event, we have Robert versus Trayvon. The 20th event is definitely possibly going to be our biggest event that we've ever had. And we're definitely looking at a lot of people attending for that show, which will be, March 7th at 2 p.m. SLT at the Cryptic Arena. And and to be honest, I don't know if y'all know this or not, but this will actually be Mike's Map 100th show that he's commentated for. So there's definitely a lot of big achievements coming up for this Saturday, and a lot of stuff that's going on. And we're just trying to prepare and get everything together. So definitely can put on an amazing show for everybody that comes out, and also for the fighters to give them the spotlight of making a name for themselves.
Heck yeah, brother. That's all the questions I had. Any questions from the panel over here?
How long have you been in this location?
This location, I believe we have been over here, I would say maybe roughly 6 months. 6-7 months we've been on the full sim. I would have to recheck, but I'm assuming that's how long we've been on the full sim here.
And have you got other rings? I noticed we're up here at 3,000. Is there more than one location here? Or is this the only one?
This is the only location here. So where we're sitting at now is the Pro Arena. The other rings that we do have is straight across from us. This the training facility. We haven't expanded out on putting us, as some would call a satellite gym, in different places. But as of now, this is pretty much where we're holding at.
And when you have an event that it's open admission and people can just come and check it out, or?
So if they want a tour, we do offer free tours. Whenever it comes to events, it is a ticketed event. That way it helps with land tier and also making sure that the fighters are covered for the event, also commentators, staff, etc.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't think my mic was on. For anybody watching that was considering needing to promote or sponsor their business, this is a great way to do it. And I'm a sponsor here, MTFB Radio, SL Aviation Network, and if you notice, I've got our emblem here is in the center of the ring. Our logo is, so I really appreciate all that they do for us here. And one day I was monitoring my stream, because if I'm not live or anybody's not live on my stream, it runs auto DJ, and it was auto DJ, and I looked and there's like 45 people on there, and I thought somebody's got my stream and DJing and a live show or something. And I found out that they had the stream in the land over here, and there was the boxing match going on, and everybody was listening on the stream, I guess, to the music, and I thought, wow. That's great. So it's been a great partnership because they've helped me, and I've got a little booth here that's, for my sponsorship. They give me a space to display my stuff. And anyway, it's just a cool place. So if anybody's out there needing to promote their business or their group or whatever, this is a great way to do it because there's a lot of people come through here. And when they have an event, it's full here usually. So, yeah. If nobody else has got any questions, I thought it might be. I should have had this set up. I apologize. I should have had this set up beforehand, and I didn't think about it. But I do have a short video clip as one of of Kyle's match, the first one I came to see. And you guys care if I show that? Because there's probably a lot of people watching that's never seen the boxing match here, and it would be a good way to kind of tie up what you've all talked about and let people see what it actually is. So, is that okay if I show that?
Yeah, most definitely, most definitely.
Okay, I'm going to pop that over now. I didn't have it set up ahead of time, so I've got to. It takes me a second to find it here. I got to set it up in my player. If I can find it.
Well, while you're looking for that, Luke, is it okay if I bring something up?
Yeah, go ahead and talk. That'd be good.
I definitely wanted to say that we honestly, with Cryptic and MTFB Radio, again, like as we always say, music to fly by, music to fight by. We do very much appreciate your business as well. You honestly, the radio is really amazing. Having a good time listening to the radio, even going to the airport, being able to see what you have at the airport, it's really amazing. And even I've even seen videos of the flying that y'all have over there, the team flying and stuff, and it's really awesome. And I definitely would like to see in the future as well events as well from the MTFB side. And honestly, I just want to say from the Cryptic side, we really do appreciate what you have done for Cryptic, and it really is awesome, especially the radio stream as well that you've done before. It's really awesome. We didn't ask you to do it, but you done it, and again, it was really awesome. And I just wanted to say that we really do appreciate everything you do as well.
Okay, great. Yeah, it's a good partnership, and I do appreciate. I will be here tomorrow for the matches. Always look, and that's the thing. As you guys were talking, I say, there's a whole entertainment industry here in Second Life, and I'm kind of part of it. You talked about being a DJ and making a career of it. And do you know why the Scarecrow wanted to be a DJ? Anybody know? Because he was outstanding in his field. So that's a bad joke, I know. But that's the way with me. I yesterday I didn't know how to spell DJ. Today I am one. I just got interested, and I always loved music, and this was kind of a natural outlet for it to do a internet radio station. And same way with you guys with boxing. So you get it to a level where other people can come and enjoy it. That's what really makes it fun and makes it worth it. So I did, since we were talking about boxing and we didn't really have a demo to show you here, I thought I'd show you one of Kyle's matches. This is one he won, so I'll go ahead and run that right now. Here we go.
I gotta get up on my feet. I rise, battered, but I'm broken from the cold concrete. Bruised and scarred, but I won't concede. This is my battle cry, the anthem of my need.
A little bit of that. Cryptic 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by the Grid Games, Zach's Arcade, and Smoker's Fusion.
So they wound up being pro fights.
It's time for the main event.
I was nervous as all get out. I had a great
In the red
First
corner,
match
wearing the
along
black
that
and blue shorts and fighting for
35
Team
seconds.
Cryptic. At 6 foot 3 inches tall, currently
the
one win
moniker
to his
Category
name.
5, and
It is Category 5. Kyle
move up to it.
Storm Fury. In the blue corner, with the black, orange, and blue shorts, fighting for Team Cryptic at 6 foot 2 inches tall, making his fighting debut this evening, Reese Riptide Cascade. Gentlemen, let's get it done.
If I may say, whenever you
All right,
hear
the
Mike
main
say, let's
event
get
and
it
a lot
done,
of
that's when you know the
anticipation,
pressure's on you.
even for rookies.
It's just amazing, though. First night I was here and I saw that and heard him, I felt like I was at a real boxing match.
Wasting no time at all. Both fighters
Awesome.
to the center of the ring.
And that's the thing. Just seeing
Toe to
this put
toe
back from
before the bell. even
Cryptic 8, it just goes to show that just the many of the events that Cryptic has had, it's
These two
very a
gentlemen
blessing
are ready
to
to
keep
start
doing
out.
this.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
man.
No, you're good, man. I'm watching the same thing. Mine was sunset.
I got a question, Titus. Have you gotten a little bit older, man?
it's also dealing with a little bit of lag.
I'm actually going back in time. To the
Really?
70s.
Nice.
Yeah,
Dude.
figure I'd put her a little dirt diggler.
Dirt Diggler.
You got a knockdown.
Oh, Reese is down.
Very quickly.
5. He's a 6, 7. Can he get up? He's up on 7 count.
He does get up. Kyle Storm Fury with a very quick onslaught, but make no doubts about it. It's been back and forth since the bell. Reese doing his best to shake that off.
These. Man, I think that they're more like professionally fighting than maybe some of the pro fights, right? Does that make sense?
It absolutely does.
I forgot to tell you,
most
Jack, you
certainly
can watch
seems
this
so
on
as well.
YouTube if you're not already. So we're streaming live to YouTube.
Yes, sir. I'm definitely seeing it, and I'm just thinking how much
Another
it's like social
flurry.
anxiety I had. This is
Oh,
actually my
yeah.
first time ever commentating.
Can
about
Reese
that.
get up? It's 7.
Oh, yeah, really?
8. Can Reese
Yes,
get up?
sir. Whenever we started this, and all honestly, commentating, I just kind of went into it. So
In
it was a
Category
lot.
5, Kyle Storm Fury with a knockout
But
in
I
the
think
first
this was the match
round.
as well that Kyle also earned the Category 5
Very
beat.
well done
Very
for
fast
both
knockout.
fighters. Kyle's not having any finesse for this one. No, like as you stated previously, they both came out ready to slug. There was not going to be any dancing on this one. Well done, gentlemen.
That was
Okay.
quite the night there.
Yeah, that was cool. And I knew Mike Mapp. He was actually on my friends list when I came here. I didn't know he did this, and I know him as a pilot. I knew him as a pilot, and he had just finished our flight challenge, and I had never talked to him in voice. I just texted with him, and so when I heard his voice, I was like, "Holy crap, this guy!" his
he's
voice
definitely got
blows
the
you
right voice
away.
for it.
Yeah, and so now we fly together on Team Phoenix. He's one of the pilots there, and we do a lot of other projects together. So he's become a really good friend. He has a hangar there at Gensil and everything. But so yeah, it's neat the way that all of our interests kind of blend together here, and we do all this stuff. So man, this
Well,
is
that was
great.
really interesting watching it. It made me kind of curious as to how to develop that type of combat system. I think it'd be pretty complicated.
Yeah, yeah, it is. And of course, with the scoreboard and everything, it's very cool. It's very cool. Uh, and like they said, it's pretty. You see all the fans are rooting for their boxer and everything, and
Yeah, there are so many of them
talking
too.
smack
It's
and
obviously
everything.
real popular thing.
Yeah, yeah, that's
If
cool.
I can say from a fighter's perspective, I mean, I don't think I'd be where I'm at today without the help of, not just the coaches and the management, but definitely the fans.
Yeah,
I have a pretty loyal group of fans. The Storm Chasers, as yeah, they kind of dubbed themselves. Um,
yeah, yeah. You have a pretty good group here cheering you on at the matches too. So we'll be here tomorrow as well. So. Okay, anything else that we need to move on here? Metmez has an awesome video for us to watch, and so anything else? Jack, I do thank you so much, and Kyle, excellent presentation here, and you may have just gained some more fans here. Any closing comments?
I would definitely like to say that we definitely do appreciate the support, and we do appreciate as well, Luke, you holding the podcast here at the Cryptic Arena tonight, and definitely looking forward to the future. And as far as Kyle Boss career, looking forward to seeing how he continues to box in the future. And I do appreciate y'all allowing me being on the show here tonight. And um, again, welcome AW and Matt Maz as well. Pleasure to podcast with y'all. And I would say with boxing, that's all I really have on my end.
Okay.
Well, thank
Great.
you for the invite.
Yeah. Yeah, and thank you for having us. And my cousin Billy Bob wants to talk to you. He wants to do a psychedelic show over here sometime after a match. So maybe we can put that together. That'd be a lot of fun.
Well, definitely with her and Candace.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm going to turn it over to Metmez now. Metmez, any intro for your video here?
Yeah. First, I can imagine to move the video to the next podcast because we have 10 o'clock at my time. We have spent an hour now. So the video is about 15 minutes to 20 minutes with the comment and things like that. And maybe AW has something too. I don't know, as its proposition.
Okay. I mean, if you got time, I've got time to show it. I'm not going to cut it off just because of that. I mean, we have no end time. There's nobody coming on after us. So, if you've got time to do it, if it's not too late for you.
Yeah.
And AW, are you okay?
Yeah, I sort of answering real life phone calls at the same time, but yeah.
Okay.
No problem.
All right.
Okay. Well, the video. It's a special thing because over the years, Akira and I have spent hours and days exploring Second Life by bike, car, plane, and boat. And the fact that Lincoln Lab has also created several new regions recently has greatly enriched our research. We have discovered many very carefully designed areas. With today's video, I would like to draw everyone's attention to them and encourage you to go on your own journey from time to time, because Second Life has much more to give, but only to buy some clothes or to I don't know. to dance or things like that, because Little Lab has done a great job by creating all these regions with the nature and things like that. So I have made a video with to focus on this fact. And well, look, I beg you to start it. In this video, we take you on a joyride, a stroll by plane, boat and motorcycle. Yeah. Second Life has much more to offer than parties, clothing stores, or the latest models of planes, boats or cars. We invite you to take a look at the carefully designed nature. We took off from Gateway Airport, located on the southern edge of Sansara, which connects the old world with the new one. Our flight takes us along the coast of Belisaria to a tiny airfield in the sea. From there, we will take a boat to a landing stage, where we will continue our journey on AW's Winged Victory motorcycle. East of this landing stage is a hilly area with an extensive campsite. Our journey will take us right through this beautiful designed terrain. At a suitable spot on the bank of a river, we will swap the motorbike for the boat again to visit a secluded airfield in the middle of Belisaria Bay. The Winged Victory from AW is comfortable, easy to use, fast and agile at the same time. Now enjoy the impressive landscape. Peliseria Fairgrounds offers seasonal designs. Mole International Airport is small, friendly and strategically located. Sometimes this entrance leads to a teleport that takes you to exclusive exhibitions. The end of our trip may be the beginning of yours. Be sure to discover the beauty that Second Life has to offer.
Okay, very good, Metmas. Yeah, that's great. I do have a question I want to ask you about that.
Yeah.
What makes the when you were walking on gravel and stuff? What makes the sound? Is it your shoes? Where's the script come from that makes the sound, walking sound?
Well, I have a mixture of original sounds in Second Life for the motor for the motor of the planes, and then the other noises. There is a huge record by BBC London in internet. You have access to more than thousands of noises. You can download them for free, and then you have to listen to that and to cut them in the right position. And they are really very, very professional made, these sounds.
So you added that to the video then, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, that's very cool. I mean, I was sitting there and thought, man, that is realistic. He's walking on the gravel and you can hear it on his shoe. It was just awesome. I liked it. Very good quality on the video too. So you did a great job with that. I really liked it.
Yeah, it was a nice, relaxing video to watch.
Yeah, and go ahead.
It's aimed. It was the goal to make a video like that because we have such a lot of technical stuff here in the podcast. And first, I want to show the other side, a beautiful side of Second Life 2. This is what Linden Lab is doing with all these professional regions with the nature, as I said. And then the other side is I can show, for example, the Wing Victory, the motorcycle of AW.
It's still our bestseller motorcycle.
Yeah, that's a good motorcycle.
Motorcycle. I love it, really. I have all the other things too, and I try them. I use them on my walks and on my go-arounds in the world, the Second Life. So if it is a good thing for you, then I will continue to make such videos too.
Oh yes, please do. There's a
We
lot
got
of
one
Okay.
customer who made a modified one that has a little iPhone on there where you can actually like control stuff.
wow,
Yeah,
that's cool.
Nice.
I know.
Well, as I was watching that, I think when I first came in Second Life, I did a lot of exploring and went to play, just marveled at how cool things looked and found new things. And I don't do that anymore. I'm too busy. It's just like in my real life. I'm too busy to stop and do some things that I really enjoy because I just don't have time. And now my Second Life, which I came to enjoy and get away from that, now I'm too busy in it to do things that I enjoy in here a lot of times. So thank you, Mez, for that, because that's a good reminder that we need to stop and smell the roses sometimes here. There's
Yeah.
a lot of stuff to see here, and we
if
just
you're not
need to take
careful,
time to do it.
They'll genetically engineer the smell right out of the rose while you're not looking.
Yeah, they will.
Mhm. Mhm.
So great job, Mez. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
AW, you got something you
Yes.
want to show us?
Yes, I got
Okay.
3 things I put up. One's on the roof, so you have to go up
Okay,
on
I'm
the
going to
roof.
cam up on. I'm camming up there
You
now.
can cam up there. You don't have to walk up there.
No, I'm camming
Just,
up right
cam
now.
up there. Yeah.
Oh wow, I see
So,
it.
yeah. So this is upcoming. This is upcoming from PTF.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the P3.
P3.
The
Wow,
Orion.
that's
Yeah,
awesome.
P3 Orion. So it's
Yeah, yeah.
4
Oh, man.
turboprops.
Kyle's
harpoon
already
missiles.
going to buy one.
Yeah, it's got 3 torpedoes as well. So this thing is not your usual turboprop.
Wow,
Torpedoes,
that's cool.
harpoons, and it's even got little anti-air missiles on it. So
Oh wow.
you have a fighting chance. Usually with a bomber, you don't have a chance if a fighter comes up
Yeah.
after you. But this one you do.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's not
Wow.
released yet, but that's a thing we're working on right now. So,
When do you got any idea when it will be released?
I'm still working out bugs, so I think next week.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Cool.
earliest next week.
Just keep your
So
computer
the
running.
other 2 things, if you look right behind you, is from your sit location here.
Oh wow.
I got a couple of things that are a little bit on the old style.
Yeah, that's.
side
Oh
here.
wow,
And
look at that
but you can
texture.
see
though,
one of
that
them. I'm not
shine.
sure which one you're looking at right now, but okay,
I'm
so
looking at the
Model
Ford.
T.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking at they're both Fords.
Yeah.
So you're looking
Okay,
at the
yeah, I
Model
see.
T, which is this one actually ended up being a really good seller, because I had no idea whether people are going to want this, and people really have liked it a lot. And it inspired me to go even further back in time. So you're not going to find this anywhere, but from my shop once it's released.
I haven't seen it anywhere.
No, definitely not going to find this anywhere. This is the. I
Whoa.
appear to be on top of something. Let me see if I can find a way to a flat surface.
The horseless carriage, huh?
Yeah, this is the 1896 quadricycle from Ford. Ford's very first vehicle.
Wow.
Let me find a flat surface to go on here. There. So you can see everything is in the open. There's no hood. There's nothing covering the motors. Because the motors kind of.
Right.
The pistons drive the flywheel, and there's a little rocker in the back and everything. And
OSHA would shut
drive.
us down for that now.
Mhm.
That's wow.
Yeah, so this one is I've seen a Benz. Benz number 1. But I've never seen one of these until now. So we're going to have
that is, man, the detail
quadricycle
on that. Look at
Ford.
that. Wow.
Yeah, this one took a long time.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
There's your
Wow.
bell. They didn't have horns back then. So. There's a little lamp in the front. It's like an arc light, and then a bell. So.
Wow.
Now they couldn't go in reverse, but I had to make a sacrifice.
Yeah.
Just because people are just going to get stuck otherwise. So you got all
Yeah.
of 2 gears, and this thing will, at flat out, it'll do about 15, which is about half that. The Model T will do about 30. So for all you speed demons out there.
Wow, that's amazing. And in the blue corner, AW with a knockout on his products. That's amazing. So when's the plane? You say about a week, and we can
Yeah,
get
probably
that. Okay.
about a week.
Save your money, Kyle.
I guess I have to work out exactly when. I'm not sure when I'll release a quadricycle, but it's ready to go now. So.
Wow. Okay. Thank you. Okay, guys, we're going to cut it off here. Give you last word, AW, last words.
Well, thanks for the invite. I'm real impressed with what you've built here. I'm especially impressed with how popular it is, too. It really got a lot of people coming to see these events. They buy tickets and everything, so.
Yeah.
Well
That's
done.
very cool.
And thanks for having us here, so.
Yeah.
We'll see you on the next one, wherever that might be. Probably be in a different place.
Kyle?
Hey, thanks for coming out, everybody. Thanks for definitely, if you haven't ever considered, seeing a boxing event, I hope you can, maybe come out and see a show. We have one coming up at the Fly for Life. But hey, I'm glad I could shine a spotlight on the booming sports entertainment.
Yeah. What? I don't have my event HUD on. What's the date we set for the boxing event at Fly for Life?
So that will be the date on that will be April 19th at 2 p.m. SLT. I hope to get more information out as soon as possible. It's going to be free for attendees. There will be a small fee for competitors, but I assure you it all goes to a very good cause, and there will be no monetary prize, but we do have a belt up for grabs if you
Okay. Wow. That's awesome. Okay. What else? Jack, any last words for us?
Honestly, again, it was amazing video that was there, Matt Mez. Definitely interested in checking that place out. It looks really interesting. And as far as read I was seeing, it was really awesome seeing. And again, I really appreciate me being on the podcast with y'all tonight. March 7th, 2 p.m. SLT, Cryptic 20. Don't forget. And definitely looking forward to seeing y'all there. And we're definitely working on different projects. We also got a fight magazine that's one time monthly, and our fighters program. So make sure y'all come by and check it out. If you're in the Cryptic group, you can be able to go in our notices and pick them up. And again, Luke, we do appreciate it again for you doing this for us and letting us be here and on the side of Cryptic, and definitely looking forward to seeing how everything goes in the future. Y'all doing awesome on the podcast, and it was a really enjoyable time being here. I do apologize again for running a little bit late, but it was awesome being here tonight.
Well, awesome having you, and I appreciate it. And yeah, great partnership here, and let's keep up the good work. What do you say?
Most definitely. Looking forward to it.
Yes. Metmez, last words.
Yes, well, it was a very interesting podcast for me because I didn't know that the boxing has such an important position in Second Life. That's really new for me. It's very impressive, very interesting. And well, I love the vehicles and the planes of AW, and thank you for making the new ones. I'm looking forward to go with them on the trip. And I'm looking forward to the next podcast, and it is at Saint Aubray, I think.
Yes, I'm looking at March 20th for that. I believe that's the next 2 weeks and Friday. So let's shoot for that goal. And we're anxiously wanting to get back to St. Aubray because that's our home base, and we haven't been there for a while because everybody wants us to come everywhere else. So, and that's good because that's one thing we want to do, show people Second Life. So anyway, Mess, thank you and for the awesome video, and we'll look forward to your next one.
Thank you.
Okay, I don't have much else to say other than we'll see you in a couple weeks here on the podcast, and mark your calendars for Fly for Life, and be sure to be at the boxing matches here tomorrow at 2 p.m. I'm going to be over here, and looking forward to an exciting time. So with that, I'm going to say see you all next time.